It's been a fun start to my new chapter in life. A lot of my time and attention went to playing hockey and try to improve as a player. And now time goes into try to have fun.
Let's talk about the Rangers right now, because they were a Cinderella team in last year's playoffs. How does the team look to you this year? Because on paper, it's a pretty formidable lineup, right? You've got Zibanejad, Kreider, Tarasenko, Panarin, Kane. It's ridiculous.
Those are good names you're talking about right there. No, I think they have a really good shot at making it all the way this year. I think the run they had last year was crucial for their development, to be part of a good run, to understand what it takes. A lot of young players that now developed over the last few years. So I think going into this year, their expectations on themselves changed a lot.
You played your entire NHL career in New York. This city loves clutch performers who excel under the pressure on the big stage. Jeter, Messier, you with your Game 7 playoff record. Is your new role as an on-air studio analyst for MSG and TNT high stakes enough for you?
I think nothing will ever compare to what I experienced as a player, especially playing as a goalie in New York. There's a lot of pressure, expectations. Now I feel like, do I get nervous? Maybe a little bit. When the lights goes on and you know it's live, you definitely feel something, but it's not going out and play in front of 18,000 people and have that pressure of performing and try to win. But it's also kind of refreshing that a lot of the things I'm doing right now is not about winning or losing. It's about being yourself. It's about the experience. Definitely a new feeling.
Oh my! And a save by Lundqvist! Puck deflected on goal. Lundqvist down the jam away.
Your former teammates all talk about your discipline in preparing and practicing and perfecting your craft. The goalie work before team practices, staying late to take breakaways and one-timers. Is there a broadcast equivalent to that? How do you prepare for this job?
Well, I think whatever you do, business or sports, to be successful, you need to prepare. Yeah. If you're well prepared, it will give you confidence, and confidence will help you perform. So the conversations we have before we go on air is crucial to me.
Now a lot of guys play down low, so it's going to be harder for them to get up and block the pass.
Is there anyone you look to as a model for how to do this broadcasting job well?
John McEnroe.
My coach used to tell me never hit the same shot twice in a row.
His tennis commentary is, I think, best in the business. He knows when to speak and he knows when to be quiet, and he also have very good insight from a player's perspective.
On the media side, I wonder, how are you thinking about how this role progresses and tapping into the demand, the insatiable demand for live sports programming in a world where streaming has broken up the traditional broadcasters?
Yeah, I mean, the game has really changed, that's for sure. Over the last 10 years, how it's streamed and how, especially the new generation, watch sports. Rarely they sit down and watch an entire game. They want highlights, they want funny clips, and obviously that's something you have to adjust to. How do you create fun content for the viewer to make sure they stay connected?
Welcome to Club 30. I'm your host, Henrik Lundqvist.
And I'm Jay Liddell. Never a hockey player, but I did grow up in Canada.
You can't work in television these days without expanding to podcasts. And I know that you're working on a new podcast with the New York City entrepreneur, Jay Liddell. What kinds of conversations do you want to be sharing with your audience?
Well, me and Jay, we go back, 17 years now. We're close friends, and we have a lot of conversations about how to grow as people and what's the next step. So we feel like this is an opportunity with the podcast to meet with people. I love people with drive. I love people with passion. It doesn't matter what you do, but that interests me. Kind of dig deep in that and figure out what gets them going.
What makes them tick?
Exactly.
Yeah, you're engaging with different people, exploring all the things that you didn't have time for before. You're also on the business operations side at MSG. What part of the business do you want to learn about the most?
Well, to me, it's interesting just to see the relationships between Madison Square Garden and their partners. I mean, MSG itself is such a strong brand. To me, it's the best place to be, really. That's what I love about my role right now. I get to go, watch sports and music, meet great people within the business industry, and also be part of the media side of things. So, having a lot of fun.